That's the deer I've been after for the last 3 weeks. All he had to do was take that shit. It's October 25th. We have 3 good targets. Brutus, a big 8, and Swoop. Swoop's the one I'm after. Like, I'm set on him this year. He loves running this north side of the property. We get him pretty much every night. Running this north end of the property back and forth, going across the street and eating, coming back to bed. And he goes across the river to bed. And we've seen him. He's probably our most active deer on the farm. So it is October 26th. I barely had any time to set all this camera stuff up before I seen my target buck, Swoop. We just got done hanging the stand not too long ago today. I was sitting there for probably about 30 minutes, and I already seen my target buck about 60 yards over to my north on the river edge. Bumped 2 does across the edge, and he was screwing around over here for a bit. Lost track of him, but fingers crossed he comes back to this scrape. This is one of his favorite scrapes on the property. It's currently November 1st. I got my first morning hunt of the year in today. So far I've seen 7 or 8 does. I just saw Big 8 and Junior. I had this really nice young 10 walk by. It was really tempting to shoot him, but I think if I let him go another year, he'll be 150, 160, maybe even 170 next year. So, fingers crossed he survives. That was a real nice 10. Alright guys, it is November 4th, 4:59, and my dad just texted me and said Maddie shot one. So this will be her first year ever. She's went with us for 2 years now, I believe, so I was told she shot a nice 8-pointer, so we'll take you guys out there and show you guys. So I'll pick you guys up in like 45 minutes when we get there. November 4th, 2025. Sister got her first buck ever. What happened?
He was about probably 40 yards away, and then he walked right in front of the trail that was in front of the stand, and then probably like a 5-10 yard shot, and ran about 40 yards. And then
That's cool, Maddie. Got a little knot thing there. He's got the junk up front, the 9-point. I mean, these are good. These are 8-inch tines, both of them. Because my hands are usually 9.5. So.
Kind of looks like that shed I found in the house woods last year.
It is November 7th, about 5 o'clock. We got northwest winds today, so new stand again. Still hunting for Swoop. He's been in here recently hitting our scrape here and chasing does around, so I'm hoping tonight, or maybe even this weekend is nice. Tomorrow we get a cold front that comes through and it's supposed to snow, so that'll really get them up and moving. I'm really hoping today or tomorrow is the day. It is November 11th. We moved to stand today, so first hunt out of the stand. We're about 40 yards from the last location. Seen Swoop here 80% of the time. I've sat in that other stand location, so hoping one more time that he walks by here so I'll be able to get him. We might have our chance. He's on the field edge. Exactly where I didn't want him to be. The doe's slowly coming this way. Gonna be about at 30 if he follows our trail. Here he comes, here he comes. All he had to do was take 10 more steps. But instead that doe got bumped, went down into the creek. I might get down and stalk him. I have an advantage right now, so I gotta do something fast. I'm right on the other side of the bank. The doe's at like 15. Swoop, I think he's at 30 behind some brush, so I'm gonna wait, stay crouched here. Hopefully he bumps her again and comes running across, and Swoop comes running across, and I can get a shot. I just heard him grunt. He's close, very close. But I'm gonna get the GoPro rolling again and turn this off. I snuck all the way up to this tree. Successfully, that doe didn't see me. Then Swoop came and bumped her, and I stepped out from this tree already drawn, and he just blew and ran away. It is November 15th, first hunt in this new location. The stand has been moved like 3 times now, but we're closing in on Swoop, figuring out his patterns, sort of. He loves this area up in here, so we're hoping to catch him up in this area tonight, even though it's a little hot. We got this nice creek, river, whatever you'd like to call it, flowing through here, so they like using this as a travel corridor. They'll go bedding right in front of me here, and they'll come out of bedding right in front of me here as well. Just a lot of activity in this area. We got 3 or 4 scrapes within 20 yards of the stand, so there's definitely some activity in here. Never really hunted this northeast corner, so it'll be kind of exciting to see what we see and learn what we learn, you know? It is the morning of November 16th. I got in the stand a little late, probably 15 minutes. Didn't miss out on much. I just saw a decent 9-pointer, and on the drive-in our southern field that borders to us, I saw 4 nice deer out there, so hoping this north wind will bring them onto our property. So, still after Swoop. Solid 8. Smoked. Smoked. He's smoked. He's smoked. He's smoked. He's smoked. He's smoked. Oh my god, he's going down. He's going down. He's going down. Yes! Oh my god. That's the deer I've been after. That's the deer I've been after. Oh my god. I did it. I finally did it. That's the deer I've been after for the last 3 weeks. And I just smoked him. I smoked him. Oh my god. That's the first deer I've ever shot that I've watched drop. Let me call my dad quick. Call Dad. We did it. We did it. Let's find this blood trail real quick. I watched him drop, but he was standing right about here, and there's my stand right there. That's like a 9-yard shot. It's blood trail him. There's some blood back in there. You guys can see that. But let's go lay our hands on him real quick. I can't believe it. First time I have ever killed a buck in the morning on this property. I've been working hard for the last 3 weeks trying to figure this deer out. I had him kind of in this area. I was like, yeah, he likes being in this area, so we're gonna slap a stand over here. We originally put it in a tree about 20 yards that way, and then I had a close encounter with him a few nights ago where he was cutting this hill right here and headed down to the bedding area. Well, then I was like, okay, we got to move this stand about 20 yards to the north. So that's what we did, and that's where it's at now. And had 2 decent bucks this morning that I could have shot, but I was really setting out for something a little bigger and more mature. 9:30 about, he rolled in. Had enough time to flip around my camera and everything, get it all on camera, and it all worked out in the end. I could see him from here, so this is one very pretty deer. I can see his rack from here. Definitely probably one of the most unique deer I've shot, other than smokestacks. My 173-inch 16-pointer with 20 inches of scoreable brow tine points. Can't believe it. Here he is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at this thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is a very pretty deer. Wow. He's old, dude. He is old. Just look at that. Wow. That concludes this year's 2025 deer season. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed chasing this deer over the last 3 weeks. He went 150, and I'm actually pretty happy with that. I think I'm going to shoulder mount him because that beam, you'll just never see that ever again in a deer, or it's very rare. This tine here used to be about yay long, matched this one here, but he broke it off. And you know, next year I'm really thinking letting the 150s walk, try to start growing bigger deer, trying to, you know, get a better herd going. But EHD hit us pretty hard a few years ago, and we're still kind of getting back from that. So it was our most frequent deer on the property and one of our biggest, so pretty happy I was able to figure him out and end our story there with him First deer I've ever got that I've watched drop. Those Grim Reaper broadheads just really did the job. Want to see more videos like this? Feel free to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.